Danger. Through, I guess, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 meters of tunnels. Oh. We'll stop and take a look at that. The troops who are here have painted this door themselves. I'm looking at her nipples. Her puppies, if they're still alive, have got to be around here somewhere. Well, welcome back. You join me in an underground car park, but I'm in Zagreb in Croatia. Zagreb is the capital city of Croatia, so we're going to go exploring. We're not going to stay in this underground car park. Ooh, there's a lift or there's stairs. So behind me you can see a statue of Ban, which is like a title, like a title like Lord. Željava. I'm definitely pronouncing it wrong, but I'll put the spelling in the bottom of the video. And he was a really important figure here in Croatia. He was the guy. He was sort of their Winston Churchill, I don't know, one of their most recent politicians, I guess, in the 19th century, so a bit older than Churchill, but who defined Croatia. He won a few wars, put down a few revolutions, and won the criticism of Karl Marx. So anyone who wins the criticism of Karl Marx is, in my opinion, probably a pretty good bloke. And this whole square is named after him. Now, that's the cathedral. But unfortunately, it looks like the towers are having some reparations. Well, you can kind of use your imagination, I suppose. I guess this is like the market square, but unfortunately, I've missed the market period. Oh, okay. Fair enough, I suppose we've all got preferences. I have to say, the one thing I did struggle with driving in a little bit was keeping an eye out for these trams. These trams are really long, and I guess I know they just form part of traffic, but you're just always on the lookout for them. I think I'm gonna call it a day there for Zagreb. I haven't really seen much, but it is a Sunday and everything's kind of closed, everything's really quiet, people are just sort of relaxing. And there's a couple of sites that I do want to see that are nearby to Zagreb, but just on the outskirts. One's a couple of miles away, so I think I'll just head back to the car and we'll go and check those sites out. Actually, I have no idea what that is. Something to do with the temperature, but it's pretty cool. What is a little bit confusing is obviously you've got sort of these really old, gorgeous buildings, but the facades, some of the facades, like the windows here haven't been replaced, for example. This window hasn't been replaced. So you've got these beautiful old buildings, and actually, architecturally, the city is, you know, very, very pretty. But I guess just the upkeep of certain things. I mean, this is the capital city, so it's a bit strange. Well, I've come to a forest in the hills. It's maybe 2-3 miles in a straight line outside of Zagreb. And it's here that I'm told there is an old ruined hunting lodge that's burnt down, but it once belonged to a World War II politician, dictator named Ante Pavlović. He was a bit of a fascist, and like all good fascists, with a lodge in the hills, it has tunnels underneath it, escape tunnels to leading to different military camps and things like that. So that is what we're hunting for, and that's what we're trying to find. But I am getting a little bit lost in the woods. I think I can see like a collapsed turret or guard post just there. Come on. So I haven't found, I can't even see the bloody thing. Wow, there we go. That's pretty cool. Right, let's go find these tunnels. Danger. Well, here's your tunnels. So I've just walked through, I guess, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 meters of tunnels. I could see a little bit of light at the end after I turned the corner, and this is where it spat me out. I've got no idea where I am. I'm just in the forest again somewhere. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit scary in those tunnels, because you kind of think, you know, they're going to collapse eventually. One day. Is today that day? Probably not, but yeah, it's a little bit scary being in there. Fun, but scary. Back into the tunnels, I think. We'll go the other way to the way that I did go, and we'll see where we end up. Just got to keep my bearings and make sure I don't get lost. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? We dove straight into the tunnels without even looking around this place. What a crazy place. What an absolutely crazy place. Obviously, the building, the lodge itself here has sort of fallen apart, but the tunnels that run underneath and through into the mountain are still here, so it's pretty cool to look at. I don't know how structurally sound this roof is to walk on, but clearly I'm not the first person to do it. Well, I'll see if there's any other tunnels around, but I think this is it. This is all you've got left. You see some of the tiles remaining on the walls, and it is interesting. That's quite good. I quite like that. I guess this was genuinely the bar area. I mean, I can't think what else this could possibly have been for. So, yeah, after a day of hunting, you get yourself a couple of beers with the boys. Very nice. Ooh. Ooh. What's going on here then? That's the roof I was just stood on top of. Yeah, it looks all right. Well, I'm right out deep in the Croatian countryside now, and now my number plate is starting to get some pretty weird looks. I really don't think many people with UK plates, they look so different to the European plates or even the Croatian plates. I don't think many people with UK plates have come through these parts. I've just noticed it a lot more frequently. People are like staring as you drive past and just confused, like what kind of license plate is that? And then obviously as they look at the back of the car, they'll see the UK sticker, so they'll pretty quickly realise that I'm from England or that I'm from the United Kingdom. Interesting. I think it'll be even more interesting in like Bosnia and Serbia, where there's so few UK license plates, if any. No. Oh my God. Hi there. Do you speak English? Okay. The dog. This dog belongs to her. Ah, okay. All right. Come on then. Come on. Let's get you home. Come on. Is he your dog? Ah, okay. All right. He's just on the road. Sorry, I only speak English, but he was just on the road, so. But it's a little bit dangerous. He wants to come with me. All right, well, you can say goodbye. Okay, all right, good boy. Good boy. Hey, good boy. All right. Hey. Oh. Hey, you got to stay, kid. I can't keep you. I know. All right. Yeah, no. Sit. He's just followed me all the way back to the car, even though I've just fed him and left him with his owner. But I mean, he doesn't want to stay. He wants to come with me. Obviously, I can't just. I know. Oh, stop it. I can't steal this dog, and I just can't take the dog. But All right, little guy, I've got to go. You've got to stay. Please don't get hit by a car. I hope you enjoyed the sandwich, and yeah. Well, I've arrived at my park up. It's just next to a church. I'll probably take a closer look at it tomorrow, but man, I keep thinking about that poor dog. I mean, ordinarily, I mean, it's not necessarily even the right thing to do to give it food, because it could have an allergy that I don't know about. And at the time that I was doing it, I didn't even realise it had an owner nearby. I just saw this dog with no collar walking around on the road, not the street. It's a road, right? Right, I'm gonna make some noodles. The noodles are always meant to be my emergency food. The sandwich was for me, the noodles are the emergency food, but we had an emergency, so I guess it's noodles for dinner. I don't mind too much, I quite like them. Spicy chicken noodles, 99 cents, whatever. Oh, I think I'm gonna go back to sleep for a bit. Well, the weather's picked up a little bit, thankfully. So today I've got 2 sites that I want to see, and then hopefully we're going to cross into Bosnia, which is pretty crazy. The first site that I want to see is it's like an abandoned airfield. It's pretty cool, and it's only half an hour or so from here. And then the second site is something I think I saw when I was like 10 years old. It's a place called Plitvice Lakes, and it's a series of lakes. Just like a stunning area of natural beauty, I guess. So that's it. And then yeah, so that takes us east a little bit. Sorry, that takes us west a little bit rather. Officer navigation there. That takes us west a little bit, and then we'll have to head east, find a border crossing where I can get stamped into Bosnia. I want to get stamped. I mean, first of all, because you absolutely should get stamped, but second of all, because I want my I want it to stop counting like my 90 days in Europe, because I only have 90 days in Europe. Cool. Right, let's go.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Well, that is not really how the drone is meant to look. So yeah, the drone had an unfortunate meeting with some trees. Now, obviously I was filming my car as I was driving it, but there is a mode that you can set called trace. And in trace mode, all of the obstacle avoidance, so the sensors that won't let it fly into trees, are active. So it shouldn't have been able to just directly fly straight into trees. That should not have been possible. And to be fair, it's never let me down before. It's never, you know, flown into a set of trees before. But yeah, this time it has, and obviously the arm is bent off and the blades are all shattered. And chipped and damaged. I mean, it's taken a real beating. I think it's probably dead. I've just had so much bad luck on this trip. That's a little rant from me as I've smashed my drone into a tree. Okay, I've cleaned it up a little bit with a wet wipe. I've put it back in, but it doesn't quite sit right. I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm gonna change some of the propellers if I can, and then we'll see if we can get this thing working. Right, I've replaced every single propeller, so the only thing left to do is give it a try and see if it'll fly. Sadly, I think not. It says preparing to take off, incompatible gimbal data. So yeah, something's gone very wrong within there. Well, this is it, we're just driving along the runway, which is pretty cool. It's actually, I mean, it's not in good shape, but it's not in completely horrible shape. You can still see the white markings and things like that. It's pretty interesting. Let's go and find the underground part. We're always interested in the underground part. And there it is, just kind of buried into the mountainside. Oh yeah. Well, I nipped back just to, wow. Can you hear the echo? Insane. Now, I don't know what all this stuff growing on the roof is. I suspect it's probably not good for breathing in. And this thing honestly looks like it wants to collapse at any minute. Oh, less echoey. Well, I would have liked to go a little bit further, but the tunnel's too big and the torch on my phone isn't really going to cut it. You can't see anything on the walls and you can't see almost even where you're walking in front of you, which is a little bit frustrating. There's a second tunnel anyway, which we'll go and take a look at now. Hopefully maybe that's a bit more light, or someone else in there's got a torch and I can tag along with them. One thing I really should have brought, I guess, is like a mag light or some kind of just high powered torch of some kind. Unfortunately, I don't really have one, just my torch on my phone. Or do I? The little power bank might have a torch on it. We might be in luck. We might be in luck. Feels like this whole thing could collapse at any minute. There's just parts, huge metal parts hanging down from the ceiling everywhere you look. But I'm engrossed by it, I'm fascinated. The only downside is I can't see at all where I'm going when I have the light facing straight into my eyes. Wow, this place is crazy. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna stop moving. This place is crazy, but it's tripping me out a little bit because I can see all like the spores in the air, and I know I'm breathing it in. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Can you see that mist? Yeah, and I guess this was made with like tons of asbestos and stuff, so I don't really want to spend too much time here for that exact reason. And also, I know I said this was going to survive a nuclear bomb, but large parts of it are collapsing, so yeah. But we'll keep looking around for now. I mean, I've gone in pretty far, but the visibility is just getting worse and worse, which is kind of a shame. What does that say? Something dead. Charming. I don't really want to stay here for too long with all these spores and all this asbestos going into my lungs. It's pretty gnarly stuff. So one of the things that people will do in these underground spaces is, obviously they'll graffiti all sorts of garbage, but they'll helpfully put arrows and say, you know, this is the way out. So if you get lost, you can follow those arrows. But what someone has tried to do here is trick people, because that is not the way out. That is not the way out. And obviously someone's crossed through it, but it's pretty jack. Can you hear the echo? Hello. Well, this thing turning out to be one of my best purchases. It's got me out of a pickle when I ran the battery flat, and it's really quite a good torch. I mean, it's not the best torch. I went back in because I saw someone go in with quite a powerful head torch. So I figured, well, if I just stick near them for a bit, then I'll be able to see some more stuff on the walls, maybe find some more roots, which I did, and then they just turned around and came out. So I was like, oh, okay, God, now I'm just stuck in the middle of these tunnels. And then, to be honest, they're absolutely cavernous. I suspect those tunnels go back like miles into the mountain. You saw the mountain on the way here. I mean, if I could, I'd get some drone footage for you, but yeah, I suspect they just go really far back, and I also suspect there's really not that much in there at all. I'm sure it's all cleared out and all empty, so it's just looking at the tunnels themselves. But like the asbestos and all the stuff that you're breathing in, all the moisture in the air, it's probably not good. I've gone in there so that you don't have to. Yeah, taking some kind of mask would have been sensible. Not like a COVID mask, like a proper mask, but whatever, it's done. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma. My phone, when I left the tunnels, thinks I'm in Bosnia, and I might actually be in Bosnia. I'm not 100% sure. This place is literally right on the border, and because of that the data isn't working, because obviously it's not within the EU, Bosnia, and so my navigation isn't working, and so I've got no idea where I'm going. Just driving around this airfield, waiting for, I guess, my signal to come back whenever I cross back into Croatia, so that I can actually start navigating towards Plitvice Lakes. Now, I could pay for data in Bosnia from EE, but the rate that they are charging is so far beyond extortionate that I am absolutely not going to pay it. If I told you it was something like 50 quid for 50 megabytes, no, that's about 3 minutes worth of data. That's so, I mean, I will just turn data off on my phone, but then I don't know how I'm going to navigate. That's the only pickle. Maybe I can get like a local SIM or an eSIM or something in Bosnia. I don't know, but I tell you, I'm not paying EE and a small fortune for that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Well, you know what? I actually recognise where I am, because this is the main runway. I know where I am, and I can navigate my way out of here, which surprises me a little bit, because obviously there's just lots of runways and lots of taxiways. I think I've got quite lucky there, so I should hit the end of this road, turn right, and then turn left, and it'll take me back to a Douglas C-47 with lots of stickers on it. I'll show you, it's pretty cool. And then yeah, off to Plitvice, and I really need to have a think about this data in Bosnia. That's a pain. So I've just taken the right, and then it should be a left at the end of this road. Let's hope I don't get lost after giving it big licks. There we go. We'll stop and take a look at that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Well, I just stopped at the burger shack here, Douglas Air Base Food. I think I've got that right. Air Base Douglas Food. I'm not sure. So I thought, well, I'll just get a little cheeseburger and head on my way. And in my head, I thought this was just going to be some kind of like cheap and cheerful cheeseburger, but it wasn't. It was amazing. It was beautifully put together. One of the nicest burgers I've had, and I wasn't really expecting that, especially for the price. So my strong recommendation is, if you do come here and you do visit this aircraft and you do visit these tunnels, get a burger, because that was really, really tasty. Really, really tasty. And the lady who made it for me, Anita, she is really kind, really polite, and we just had a really long discussion about the C-47s, the airbase here, the tunnels, everything. So yeah, really, really nice. Good vibes before I head into Bosnia. Wow, this is really cool. Well, this place is awesome. This place, I'm just in the cockpit of the C-47. I mean, where else do you get that? I mean, well, I say the cockpit, I mean, what's left of it. As I was chatting to Anita, she was telling me that people just seem to come and they just seem to think that they can just take bits off it, or just pull bits and steal bits. And yeah, I mean, now I'm in here, I can see, you know, there's not that much left, right? The levers and everything, all sorts has just been pulled off, which is a real shame. And Anita told me about the barracks that's literally just hidden away in this forest. but completely impossible to see from the road, believe it or not. But yeah, here you go. So this is kind of where they would have been housed. This is the Balkan version of SFA, I suppose. If you don't know what SFA is, don't worry about it. Not the best tree surgeon if you're cutting trees straight into buildings. Oh God, this is so familiar. This is eerily familiar to me. This really reminds me of, like, it's just giving me like Sandhurst vibes a little bit. It just feels like being in New College. You've got your shower blocks on either side, and then upstairs I presume is lots of accommodation. Yeah, look, here you go. A soldier's cell, because that's what they are in reality. Ah, pretty cool though. Wow. Based on what Anita was telling me, I'm not expecting there to be really much or anything left from when this was in sort of active use as a barracks. Because I think looters will have come and taken everything, unfortunately. No, I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, no, I don't really want to stand in it. Got to be careful where I put my feet. People will have pulled all the copper, any bit of like precious metal, wiring or anything they can get will have been stripped out of this place. Oh, that's pretty cool. So by the looks of it, the troops who are here have painted this door themselves, and it looks like some kind of air defense system. You see how you've got the platform here, and then you've got what looks like the rockets on top. It could just be rockets actually. It could just be like all Russian Grad or something. Alright, going up these stairs is probably not the most sensible thing, but we'll do it. Do you know what? It feels perfectly fine. Unlike some of the homes in Fossa, which felt like they were going to collapse. This feels fine. Oh, shy. Well, I've just left the airfield in the aircraft. I did ask Anita if she wanted to be on the video, but she politely declined, which is a shame because she was really interesting to speak to, and she was clearly very passionate about the aircraft that's there. And yeah, she was telling me, I think I already mentioned it, but how people just pull on things and like just to see if it'll come off, and like, yeah, maybe it will. Maybe that piece of that aircraft will come off, and then who's going to put it back? Nobody. And interestingly, very shortly afterwards, I saw some Germans come along and start pulling at bits. Then I saw some Croatians come along and start really pulling at bits, and one tried to sit on top of the aircraft, and it's just like, you know, it doesn't belong to you, and I guess they don't say anything about it. Maybe they should just put a sign up and say, please respect the aircraft, you know, no tugging and pulling and yanking at the aircraft. I think if you put a sign up, people would stop doing it probably. So not everyone, some people are just idiots, but I think if you put a sign up, and an official looking sign which said please respect the aircraft, don't pull on it, people would stop doing it. So the plan now, okay, well, I wanted to go to Plitvice Lakes, and it's quite late in the day, but that's not really the point. The point, or the reason why I'm not going to Plitvice Lakes, is because it costs 40 euros, right? So there's no way I'm going to Plitvice Lakes at 4 in the afternoon, paying 40 euros. It's a whole national park, so I probably won't even find what I'm looking for in that time anyway. It'll just be a frantic hike, seeing nothing, and then yeah. So it's a real shame, because Plitvice Lakes is another one of those things that I saw a picture of when I was a kid, and I really wanted to go to it and see it. And I guess I'm not going to have that opportunity, and it's just a reason for me to come back to Croatia, I suppose. And actually, interestingly, if I come back to Croatia to see Plitvice Lakes, it's only 10 miles away from here. I will come back and I will see if Anita's managed to salvage and protect the C-47. Okay, right, well, we're doing it. We're heading to the border crossing point. It's only 11 minutes away, so it's not very far. I bought an eSIM, but I don't know if it works yet, and I won't know until I actually get over the border. I presume it works, there's no reason it shouldn't. It's installed, but I haven't activated it yet because I'm not in Bosnia. That's it really, that's the update. So yeah, let's cross this border. My hay fever's kind of attacked me, so I've got this puffy eye again, which is very, very frustrating. They're probably going to think I've been crying like I've been forced to smuggle some drugs over the border or something. Thank you, thanks. That was pretty painless, to be completely honest. The only thing I was worried about a little bit was if they wanted to like fully search the car, which obviously I don't have anything bad or dodgy, but it's just a nightmare. Right, what's the fuel price? Hello. 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 Now in the comments for this park up on Park for Night, someone did say some dogs live here. I don't think they've got an owner. And they said in the comments, bring some dog food. Hey boy. Oh, good catch. Did say in the reviews that there are 3 dogs, but obviously there's only 2 here. I'll be honest, they don't look super malnourished like the other dog we saw. These look relatively well fed, so I'm not too worried. I'm not going to give them like the whole bag of food. I'll save that for the future, because I get the feeling we're going to see more and more stray dogs, particularly as we get towards Greece. One more treat. Yeah, we'll give them one more treat. They look a bit unkempt, but they don't look like they're starving. Look. You need a bath and a brush. Hello. She is a mum, and her nipples are very, very big. Ooh, she's resource guarding. She's resource guarding a little bit. She's taking it away from me. That's fine. But I wonder where her pups are, because you can see her nipples are really enlarged. Depending on how old her pups are, I'd quite like to give her pups some food rather than just her. But yeah, from looking at, she's looking at me, look. From looking at her nipples, her puppies, if they're still alive, have got to be around here somewhere. So we'll see if we can find them and give them some food. Or are you still feeding them? Hmm? Are you going to show me them? Are you going to show me the pups? Come on then. Oh, there they are. He's yours. Come on then. Come on. Hello. Come on, you. Hello. Hello. Oh, you're brave. You're brave. Oh, hello. Hello. Hello, Mum. Good job. Good job. Good job. Hello. Just 2 puppies. Just 2. Are you sure? You're not hiding some from me. You're adorable. Well, it's been a strange day. I mean, obviously I broke the drone, I think possibly beyond repair, or beyond my ability to repair it, which is a little bit frustrating. But then, you know, we've seen some cute dogs, we've got across the border, we've seen some cute dogs, helped some cute dogs, a couple of very sweet puppies. So that kind of makes up for it a little bit. Yeah, I have found a YouTube video which apparently says that if you slap the drone when it's on, sometimes that will fix it. So I have to say I haven't tried just slapping it, but we'll give that a go and we'll see if it fixes it.